Does that familiar jolt around 2 a.m. feel like a cruel alarm clock, pulling you from the deepest part of your sleep, leaving you staring at the ceiling in the dark? You're not alone. So many people, especially as we gather more wisdom and years, experience this frustrating pattern night after night. It's more than just an inconvenience. It's a source of real exhaustion, a constant worry about not getting enough rest, and it can leave you feeling drained and irritable the next day. You might wonder if it's just a normal part of getting older, or if there's something deeper at play. Well, let me tell you, your body is incredibly smart. And when it nudges you awake at the same time every night, it's often trying to tell you something important. It's a message, a signal, if you will, that something might be slightly out of balance. And understanding that message is the first step toward reclaiming your peaceful nights. In this video, we're going to gently explore some of the most common reasons you might be waking up precisely at 2 a.m. And more importantly, we'll uncover simple, practical habits and insights that can help you drift back into a deeper, more restorative sleep. We'll look at everything from what you eat and drink, to your evening routine, and even how your mind plays a role. So, stay with me until the very end, because there's something truly surprising that could change your nights forever. Let's unravel the mystery of those 2 a.m. wake-ups. Starting with something incredibly fundamental: how your body manages its internal fuel and fluids. Have you ever considered that what you eat, or rather, when you eat it, could be a key player in your midnight awakenings? Many people find themselves jolted awake because of fluctuations in their blood sugar levels throughout the night. If your blood sugar dips too low in the middle of the night, your body perceives this as a mini crisis. It quickly releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to try and bring those levels back up. And what do stress hormones do? They wake you up, often with that familiar sense of unease or even a slight racing heart. This can be particularly noticeable if your evening meal was very light, skipped altogether, or heavily loaded with simple carbohydrates that cause a rapid spike and then a steep drop in blood sugar. Think about that bowl of sugary cereal or a plate of plain pasta a few hours before bed. While it might feel comforting at the time, it could be setting the stage for a rude awakening a few hours later. To gently nudge your body away from this midnight alarm, consider making your evening meal a balanced one. Focus on including a good source of lean protein, like a piece of baked fish or chicken, alongside some complex carbohydrates, such as a small portion of sweet potato or quinoa, and plenty of fiber-rich vegetables. This combination helps to stabilize your blood sugar, releasing energy slowly and steadily throughout the night, rather than causing those disruptive peaks and valleys. If you find yourself genuinely hungry close to bedtime, a small, protein-rich snack like a handful of almonds, a dollop of Greek yogurt, or even a slice of turkey can be incredibly helpful. The goal here isn't to eat a huge meal right before bed, which can cause its own digestive discomfort, but rather to ensure your body has a steady, reliable fuel source that won't suddenly run out in the wee hours. This simple shift in how you approach your evening nutrition can make a profound difference in the quality and continuity of your sleep. Now, alongside what we eat, there's another incredibly common culprit that often goes overlooked: your hydration habits. It might seem obvious, but that midnight dash to the bathroom is a prime culprit for many 2 a.m. awakenings. While staying hydrated throughout the day is absolutely essential for our health, the timing of our fluid intake becomes increasingly important as we get older. Our kidneys, while still perfectly capable, might not process fluids quite as quickly as they did in our younger years, meaning it takes a little longer for that glass of water to make its way through your system. Many people unknowingly consume a large amount of liquid, whether it's water, tea, or even fruit juice, in the hours leading up to bedtime. While staying well hydrated is vital, especially for our circulation and organ function, consider front-loading your fluid intake earlier in the day. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water during the morning and early afternoon. Then, gradually taper off your fluid consumption as the evening progresses. A good rule of thumb is to try and limit significant liquid intake for at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to bed. Of course, a small sip to take medication is fine. And if you truly feel thirsty, don't deny yourself. But being mindful of large quantities of liquids, especially caffeinated or alcoholic beverages, which act as diuretics and can increase urine production, can significantly reduce the need for those disruptive middle-of-the-night bathroom trips. Think of it as a gentle adjustment to your daily rhythm, allowing your body to process what it needs without creating an urgent demand on your bladder while you're trying to rest. This small change, combined with a balanced evening meal, often lays a strong foundation for more uninterrupted sleep, allowing you to stay comfortably in your bed rather than making repeated journeys to the bathroom. These two simple adjustments to your dietary and hydration patterns are just the beginning of understanding your body's signals and paving the way for more peaceful nights. Now that we've discussed what goes into your body, let's consider the environment you sleep in and the routines you follow leading up to bedtime. Beyond what we eat and drink, our environment and daily routines play an enormous role in whether we stay asleep or find ourselves wide awake at 2 a.m. First, let's talk about your sleep sanctuary, or rather, your bedroom. Think of it as a cave, cool, dark, and quiet. Even the smallest sliver of light, perhaps from a digital clock or a street lamp outside, can disrupt your melatonin production, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Consider investing in blackout curtains or even a comfortable sleep mask. Make sure your room is as dark as possible. Then there's temperature. Many people make the mistake of having their bedroom too warm. A cooler room, generally between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius, is often ideal for promoting deeper sleep. Your body's core temperature naturally drops as you prepare for sleep, and a cooler environment supports this physiological process. If you tend to get hot flashes at night, keeping the room cool and wearing light, breathable sleepwear can make a world of difference. Finally, consider noise. Even subtle background noises can pull you out of deeper sleep stages. If you live in a noisy area, or even if your partner snores, consider using earplugs or a white noise machine. The consistent, gentle hum of a white noise machine can effectively mask sudden sounds, providing a peaceful, unbroken soundscape for your sleep. Mr. Henderson, a man in his late 70s, swore that once he got rid of the glowing alarm clock and added a small fan for white noise, his 2 a.m. awakenings became much less frequent. He found that the consistent sound was strangely comforting, blocking out the random creaks and distant sounds that used to pull him from sleep. Now, once your physical space is optimized, we need to talk about what goes on in your evening before you even get into that perfectly prepared bedroom. Establishing a consistent evening routine sends powerful signals to your brain that it's time to wind down. This isn't about rigid rules, but about creating a calming ritual. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time each day. Even on weekends, our bodies thrive on rhythm and predictability. In the hour or two leading up to bedtime, gradually ease away from stimulating activities. This means putting down your phone, turning off the television, and stepping away from the computer or tablet. The blue light emitted from these devices can suppress melatonin production, making it harder to fall and stay asleep. Instead, engage in activities that calm your mind and body. This could be reading a physical book, listening to gentle music, doing some light stretching or restorative yoga, or taking a warm bath or shower. A warm bath raises your body temperature slightly, and the subsequent cooling down period as you get out can trigger feelings of sleepiness. Many people find a soothing herbal tea, like chamomile or valerian root, to be a comforting part of their evening ritual. Provided it doesn't lead to that 2 a.m. bathroom trip we discussed earlier. Mrs. Davies, who used to worry endlessly about her sleep, started a simple routine of reading a chapter of a novel and doing a few minutes of gentle stretching before bed. She noticed that this consistent wind-down time made it much easier for her to fall asleep and, crucially, to stay asleep past that notorious 2 a.m. mark. Finally, let's address the often overlooked but powerful role of our minds. Sometimes, The real reason you're waking up at 2 a.m. isn't just physical. It's a mind that's still buzzing, processing worries, or replaying the day's events. Stress and anxiety are notorious sleep disruptors. When you wake up in the middle of the night, it's often when your worries seem magnified and your mind races through a mental to-do list or a catalog of anxieties to gently guide your mind into a more peaceful state. Consider incorporating some simple relaxation techniques into your daily life, and especially your evening routine. This could be as simple as deep breathing exercises. Inhale slowly through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth, letting go of tension with each breath. Progressive muscle relaxation, where you systematically tense and then relax different muscle groups, can also be very effective at releasing physical tension that often accompanies mental stress. Many people also find journaling helpful. Before bed, spend a few minutes writing down any worries, thoughts, or tasks that are swirling in your head. This acts as a brain dump, helping to get those thoughts out of your mind and onto paper, so they don't keep you company at 2 a.m. A short, guided meditation, even just 5 or 10 minutes before bed, can train your mind to be more present and less prone to rumination. Remember, the goal isn't to never have a thought, but to develop the ability to observe those thoughts without getting caught up in them. This trio of optimizing your sleep environment, creating a calming evening routine, and gently managing your mental landscape can significantly reduce the chances of those 2 a.m. awakenings. Next, we'll dive into some deeper physiological reasons for waking up and, crucially, a surprising insight that could truly transform your relationship with sleep. Sometimes, the message our body sends at 2 a.m. is even deeper than simple habits or environmental factors. It can be a gentle nudge about underlying physical discomfort or even a medical condition that needs attention. For instance, acid reflux, also known as GERD, can often manifest or worsen when you lie down. Stomach acid can creep up into your esophagus, causing a burning sensation, coughing, or discomfort that wakes you up. If you suspect this, try to avoid eating a large meal close to bedtime, especially fatty, spicy, or acidic foods. Elevating the head of your bed by a few inches, using a wedge pillow, can also help gravity keep the acid where it belongs. It's a simple adjustment that has provided immense relief for many. Then there's general pain or discomfort. As we age, conditions like arthritis, back pain, or restless leg syndrome can make it challenging to find a comfortable sleeping position and can cause intermittent awakenings. If pain is waking you up, explore gentle stretching before bed. Ensure your mattress and pillows provide adequate support. And always consult with your doctor about pain management strategies that are safe and effective for you. Restless leg syndrome, characterized by an irresistible urge to move your legs, often accompanied by uncomfortable sensations, can be particularly disruptive. Sometimes, simple measures like walking or stretching before bed help. But it's crucial to speak with a healthcare professional as it can be related to iron deficiency or other underlying conditions. Another significant but often undiagnosed reason for waking up, especially for men but also for women, is sleep apnea. This is a condition where your breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep. You might not even realize it's happening, but your brain briefly wakes you up to restart breathing, often accompanied by loud snoring or gasping. If you wake up feeling unrefreshed, have daytime fatigue, or if a partner notices your breathing pausing at night, it's vital to get this checked by a doctor. Sleep apnea isn't just about sleep. It's linked to heart health and other serious conditions. Furthermore, simply needing to urinate multiple times at night, a condition known as nocturia, can be a symptom of various underlying health issues, from urinary tract infections to diabetes or even prostate issues in men. If you're consistently needing to empty your bladder more than once or twice a night, and you've already adjusted your fluid intake, it's definitely worth a conversation with your doctor to rule out any medical causes. Lastly, Don't overlook the impact of medications. Many common prescriptions can have side effects that disrupt sleep, from causing insomnia to increasing nighttime urination or even vivid dreams. If you've recently started a new medication and your sleep has changed, speak to your pharmacist or doctor. They might be able to adjust the dosage, the timing, or even switch you to an alternative that's more sleep-friendly. The key takeaway here is to listen to your body. If these 2 a.m. awakenings are persistent, distressing, or accompanied by other symptoms, please talk to your doctor. They are your best resource for understanding the deeper meaning of your body's signals and guiding you toward appropriate solutions. But sometimes, even when you've addressed all the practicalities, your blood sugar, your hydration, your environment, your routine, and ruled out any serious medical issues, that 2 a.m. awakening can still feel like it has a mind of its own. This is where the deeper meaning, and perhaps the most surprising insight, comes into play. It's not just about why you wake up, but how you react to waking up. Many of us, myself included, fall into the trap of instantly looking at the clock, groaning, and calculating how few hours of sleep we have left. This immediately triggers stress and frustration. Our minds race. Oh no, here we go again. I'll be exhausted tomorrow. I'll never get back to sleep. This anxious response, paradoxically, makes it harder to drift back off. The surprising truth is that sometimes, the biggest shift comes from changing your relationship with being awake in the middle of the night. Instead of fighting it, try to accept it with self-compassion. If you wake up, don't immediately grab your phone or turn on a bright light. Avoid looking at the clock if you can. Remind yourself that it's okay to be awake. Your body is just doing its thing. If you find yourself awake for more than 15 or 20 minutes, instead of tossing and turning and getting frustrated, gently get out of bed. Go to another room, a quiet, dimly lit space, and do something non-stimulating. This could be reading a very boring book, listening to some incredibly gentle, calming music, or simply sitting quietly and focusing on your breath. Avoid screens. Avoid anything stimulating, and certainly avoid anything that creates more anxiety, like checking emails or news. The goal isn't to force sleep, but to create an environment where sleep can naturally return. When you feel a bit sleepy again, return to your bed. This breaks the association of your bed with wakefulness and frustration. The true surprise is that by letting go of the struggle, by treating these awakenings not as a personal failure, but as a momentary pause, you often disarm their power. It's about cultivating a sense of gentle acceptance rather than immediate alarm. When you stop fighting the wakefulness, your body and mind can relax enough to allow sleep to return naturally. Think of it as befriending the night, rather than fearing it. Remember, small, consistent changes, combined with a compassionate understanding of your body's signals, can make an enormous difference. We've explored the importance of balanced evening meals and smart hydration, optimizing your sleep environment for darkness, coolness, and quiet, creating a consistent and calming evening routine, and gently managing stress and anxiety with practices like deep breathing or journaling. We also acknowledge the importance of consulting your doctor for persistent issues like acid reflux, chronic pain, restless legs, sleep apnea, nocturia, or medication side effects. But ultimately, the deepest message is to be kind to yourself. Sleep is a natural process, and while we can create the best conditions for it, sometimes our bodies simply need to pause. By approaching these 2 a.m. moments with patience and understanding, rather than panic, you pave the way for more peaceful, restorative nights. Remember, even small changes can make a big difference to your health and happiness. We would absolutely love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these tips? What helps you get back to sleep when you wake up in the middle of the night? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, Please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more practical advice to help you live your best life at every age. Thank you for joining us, and here's to many more peaceful, uninterrupted nights.